Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Chelsea. I create content about my life, cleaning, and organizing. Today's video is going to be a clean with me video and we'll just see what we get done. So let's get started. If you guys like this kind of content, please like and subscribe as it really helps my channel. Hey everybody, welcome to another video. This is a kind of a shorter video than I normally do for my clean with me's, but I wanted to be transparent and I wanted to be honest with all of you guys that sometimes this is all I get done. I have 3 children and I was gonna film more the next day after I filmed this to be able to give you guys more content, but then I was like, no, I think I want to be, I would have been realistic in that one too. It would have been just a 2-day cleaning video, but this week has been kind of weird. School has started for my daughter, but she was sick at the beginning of the week. And so I'm home with my youngest 2 and my baby who is about 3 months. He's great. He's a great baby overall, but he's been kind of needy the last couple of days. So I just haven't gotten as much done around the house as I want to. And it's a little messier than my house normally is. And that's okay. It happens. And I guess I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today. So have this be a little bit more chatty video for that reason. So as a parent and as a person, not just a parent, but as a person, there are things that happen in our lives that as we grow, I think that we try to take responsibility for and let go of maybe the stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. I've seen a lot of people talk about that on YouTube, whether they're parents or not parents. I think it's something that we all go through, but I've noticed for myself as a parent, there are times where maybe I'm not as tolerant as I'd like to be, or I'm not as listening to my kids and what they need as I'd like to be, and then I feel guilty about it, and just all the emotions that come along with that. And now that's the nature of being human. You're going to feel those emotions, but I've noticed lately that I really don't want to be like that. I really, really don't. And I've not wanted to from the beginning as a parent, but I feel like every time something like that happens, I have to give myself credit for the fact that I'm aware of it and I have been more tolerant and I have been listening to them more. But it can be a tricky balance for dealing with the other people that you live with, whether it's children or just a husband or a wife or whatever it might be or whoever it might be. Because it's not just about you. You're not just thinking about yourself. We as people, we thrive off of relationships with other people. And if you're always grouchy and yelling at those other people, nobody's going to want to be around you. I don't even want to be around myself when I'm like that. And I know that I don't share a lot of, sometimes the challenges or negativity, on my channel about motherhood or what's going on in my life or things like that, because I want this to be, an inspiring place to be, but it has been something that's been on my mind lately, and I just kind of felt like this was the right time to talk about it a little bit more. I've mentioned it a handful of times, I think, in my other videos, but that's just kind of where I'm at, so I guess I wanted to share that with you guys. And also that the emotions that you feel are okay. All of them are okay, and there is nothing wrong with you. And that's one thing that I feel like I've had to remind myself of lately. And it's been nice to be able to have an affirmation or a saying or something to be able to go along with it instead of just feeling totally helpless. And so that's been nicer on that end of it. But if I really look back, when I am clear and I'm not irritated or upset or what have you, I do move through those emotions a lot faster, I feel like, than I used to. I feel like I used to hold on to them a lot more, a lot longer. But watching my kids actually have been really good examples of being able to just let it go and kind of flip that switch. And sometimes that can be kind of frustrating to deal with, because in one minute they're totally happy and then the next minute they're having a meltdown. But we as adults really do the same thing. but it maybe doesn't feel so extreme or so dramatic as kids, because there's way less of a filter, obviously, and there's less maturity there and less logic and awareness of how to deal with those things. But all the emotions are okay. But I feel like maybe need to learn, or at least I do. I mean, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but I feel like I can learn to feel them and let them go and don't hold on to them, because I want to be that happy mom. I don't want to be the mom that's mad or irritated or yelling at my kids, or I don't want to be that parent. And I want to be there for my kids to support them in the best way that I know how. And sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I yell. Sometimes I don't listen. Sometimes I don't have patience. But those times I feel like are getting less and less, and there's less momentum behind them. So I don't stay as mad as long, or I don't stay as irritated or frustrated as long. And I feel like I run through that cycle of emotions a lot faster than I used to. So for any parents or people out there that are struggling with emotions in their life, or other people in their life, or dealing with themselves, I hear you. I'm there with you, and I think there's a lot of other people that are there too. And we just have to let it go. Let it go and be okay with those emotions are okay, and there's nothing wrong with anybody. My mom has been saying lately, the saying that goes along with the book she's been reading, it's more love, not less. And so in those given situations and in those moments where I'm feeling more irritated or frustrated, she'll remind me of that. I've also been able to remind myself of that lately, which has been nice. And it doesn't mean that it just flicks my switch and all of a sudden I'm happy, but it reminds me that I can choose to be happy. And it reminds me that I can choose how to feel and to choose how long I hold on to this or don't hold on to it. So I guess I'm wanting to give some support to myself, but to support to anybody else who's out there just feeling anything, feeling emotions, and I mean, maybe more negatively, but even, really positive emotions. Sometimes that can be really overwhelming, and you don't always know what to do with those either. But either way, let's just show yourself and everybody else more love, not less. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my thoughts for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.